guys, so it's just another look onto the A7rV, but more towards the people who've got a Sony A1. Is anybody feeling a little bit shortchanged here? Because we're all using a £6,500 flagship beast. The A7 IV came out and had a few updates on it that we still don't have the option to use. And now the A7R5, yes, it's got more megapixels, which is not really an issue, but it's got an updated autofocus system. Now, obviously I don't know yet how good that autofocus system is, but what happens if it's better than the A1? You know, what happens if it's more intelligent? So it's going to lock onto animals better, like birds in flight or insects or other animals or whatever, or vehicles or things like that. At the end of the day, doesn't really worry me that much. But I'm hoping they are just going to lob out a big firmware update for the A1, because there's a few things that I could really do with that would really be quite helpful. Some things like the A7 IV has got, with the lens breathing setting, that you can sort of get rid of that, which is obviously very, very handy during video. Yeah, so it was just a thought. How are you feeling on this side of thing? Sony are sort of always innovating, which is great. And they have always sort of loaded up every camera as much as they possibly can at the time of release. So, we've had 4K video in the cameras for years. For example, before even Canon or Nikon even got anywhere near 4K, they were all sort of 1080p. And we were already in 4K. The mirrorless thing with the scene settings, so you've got a live view through your viewfinder and everything like that, so we could take photos very, very easily. Unlike the DSLR users who had to, get everything spot on, take a little bit more time and everything like that, where we can sort of walk around, get a live preview through your viewfinder, about 5 or 6 years before Canon and Nikon could even do it. Yes, they could do a little bit of live view on their screen, but they couldn't do it through the viewfinder. Yeah, and some people still enjoy the DSLR thing, but yeah, I'm just saying the innovation thing is fantastic, and obviously where Nikon and Canon caught up eventually. But yeah, I'm just wondering, where are we standing with the A1? Is there going to be a nice big firmware update? I hope so, because a few little things would be quite nice. And we know the A1's got enough processing power to do a lot of stuff. So, it would be really, one thing I'd really love that the A1 would be quite nice to do is if they added the HFR option into the camera, so we could do some really high speed slow motion video, up to 1,000 frames per second, for example, in full HD, or even 4K would be nice. Even if it was just 3 or 4 seconds worth of footage, because on the RX10 Mark IV, which I use, you can do it on that, but obviously at a low resolution, but it works amazingly. So I'm sure that they could put something like that into the A1. There's also other things that people are liking, like focus bracketing. Definitely better and more intelligent update on the autofocus. Autofocus back on the birds in flight would be nice, and the birds generally. But yeah, that's just my late night. What's the time? 3:14 AM. Just random thought coming to my head, so I thought I'd just blurt it out and see what you guys think. So yeah, if you are an A1 user or thinking about getting an A1, what do you reckon? Is it something that you kind of expect? I'm sure Sony have got something out there, but what we're going to get, because you are still using that flagship camera, which is still going to be $2,000 or £2,000 more expensive than the new A7R5. So who knows? Anyway, don't forget to click the subscribe button, little notification bell as well, and leave some comments below. Let me know what you think we deserve or we're hoping for, stuff like that really. Just let me know. I'll see you soon.